Patron, je pense que la laine est morte. Tu peux être content. Et car...
Hostiles are still in play.
We're going to win the House. We are going to win the Senate. And we are going to again win the White House.
Voyage des prisonniers boucliers.
I gotta turn the place up, gotta show them that we own every time that I wake up, yeah, I remember that I'm chosen, praise God, it's a lot I need to make up, yeah, gotta get back in the zone, it's crunch time, ask God turn the grace up, yeah, and then everything gone, I'm seeing the signs again.
Hey man, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has defeated every last one of his enemies on the day of election. I can see the signs again, like the song said. Praise the Lord. Welcome back to this channel. I haven't been with y'all in a while. I didn't get a chance to celebrate that moment with you guys on the election. But you know, for years, I've always known that he was going to get a second term. I always knew this. And the reason why I knew this, because the prophets had prophesied this. You know, they spoke this. Prophet Kim Clement, I'm gonna show you his video today, because I want you guys to believe in the things of God and to understand when God is moving, when the finger of God is at work, no matter the opposition, no matter how people say this is not going to happen or this is impossible. When God is in the midst of it, no matter what the opposition is, it will come to pass. And I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years. You remember back in 2016, I'm gonna take y'all down memory lane about that. 2016, when he was first running for president, you know, everybody was laughing. Everybody thought it was a joke. Obama said that would never happen. It would only happen on a Saturday Night Live skit. CNN, MSNBC, Bernie Sanders made a joke about it, that he would never be president, and the crowd went, yeah, and all this old stuff. Nancy Pelosi said it twice, take it to the bank, he would never be president, you know, and all these people came out. This guy came out, I don't know if he's some psychic, I don't know who he is, but he came out and said he's predicting, he said this on MSNBC, I think, or CNN. He said he's predicting that Donald Trump would not be president. All these people had to go find a rock to go hide up on when that day came in 2016 and he won the election. It was an upset. It was crazy, man. But for those of us who believed the prophecy in Kim Clement back in 2007, this didn't surprise us. This didn't take us by surprise, because we knew, because we believed. The Bible said, "Believe in the prophets, and you shall prosper." You know, the Bible tells us in the New Testament, despise not prophesizing. Don't reject it. So, you know, and then when the prophet said that he'll be president 2 different times, he's going to have 2 different terms. So we Christians that was believing in the prophets of God, we saw him win 2016, but when 2020 came in, we had a lot of hopes. We knew that we believed that he got to be president, because the prophet said not just 1 term, but 2 terms. So we believe that it's not just the prophet said that, God said this to the prophet. So if God said that to the prophet, it got to be true. So all of us was, you know, running around telling everybody, oh no, he's going to win the election. And if the prophet said it's going to be 2 terms, and then it came up that, that wasn't God's timing. And God, everything has a purpose. I truly believe God allowed Joe Biden, who I look at Joe Biden as Saul in the Bible. God allowed Saul to get into position and to show the world how bad this person was. And to show that when God put somebody in office, look how different it would be. And then later on, he put King David in place of position, somebody that was after his own heart. That's what I see today. I look at Saul. I look at Biden having the characteristic of Saul, and Trump having the characteristic of King David. Anyway, so he lost in 2020, and when he lost, a lot of Christians was brokenhearted. They was embarrassed. All the Democrats was laughing at us. Even Christians who don't understand the things of God, who don't have a spirit of discernment to know the difference between who's of God and who's not of God. They was laughing. They was making social media talking about the prophets. Oh, y'all said that Donald Trump was going to be president again. Y'all crazy. And they was laughing at us. And, and it was embarrassing. So with that being said, I made a video 3 years ago, right here. I made a video and I was encouraging the saints. And look at this video right here. I want y'all to go look at it. This is on my page. Scroll down. Look at Donald Trump has a fight on his hands, right? I was saying that Donald Trump has a fight on his hands, but he's still going to win. Why? Because God had prophesied this through the prophet. And the people were saying, oh, well, if he didn't win this election, how he's going to ever win? What, he going to be 90 when he going to try again when he's 90? It was funny, man. It really was funny. It really was funny, man, to see the difference on how people was acting. Even Christians was laughing at other Christians for believing that was going to happen. You see this? That was 3 years ago. Go down on my page, this same page. Scroll down and look for that. And this is what I was saying. I said, Joe the Street Preacher, see this? Trump has a fight to do, has fighting to do, but he will win this election. See, I was saying, I said, for those of you that are discouraged by the fake news, CNN was rejoicing, high-fiving each other, celebrating, screaming, yay, with Joe Biden won and Kamala won. And, I took it upon myself to encourage the saints, the believers, don't get discouraged by the fake news. Donald Trump has some fighting to do, but he will win this election. I said this 3 years ago. And the reason, and I'm not trying to say I'm a prophet. I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying because I said it. I'm only because the Bible said believe in the prophets, right? And when a prophet says something, now I know we have false prophets and we have true prophets. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I knew that this was a true prophet, right? Because we have a gift of spirit of discernment to be able to discern the fruits of the person who's prophesizing. So I believe that this was of God. I could feel it in my spirit, right? Plus, I knew the oppositions of people that's running against who they're supposed to be running, and I seen their fruits and what they stand for: abortion and homosexuality, these things that's against God. I knew that this political party cannot be of God. God is not pushing them into office. That I knew. I knew that. So I looked on the other side and I seen that the church was around Trump. Trump was going to church. Trump believed in God, but he still had a lot of issues. But he was standing for things that are righteousness. So I was able to discern between the two that, yes, that prophet is true because I could see what this man is pushing for and I could see what they're pushing for. I know they're not of God. They are darkness. They're of the devil. This one is seeking God and he's standing for righteousness. Yes, I see that prophecy is true. So when he lost in 2020, the Bible tells us everything happened for a reason. Everything has a season, and it wasn't his season yet. God was doing something else. God was exposing. It was meant for that to happen because how else we would know how wicked and demonic these Democrats was, right? So anyway, so I was encouraging the saints. And I made that video. Y'all seen the beginning of the video. They had that fight. Donald Trump. He defeated. You see that he defeated all his enemy. The fake news, AOC, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden in the end, and all these people that was against him. I like whoever made that video and put that video together. I didn't do that, but whoever put that video together, man, I really like. It was a powerful message in that video, and it's showing that Donald Trump is going to defeat his enemies, and he did. He did. He didn't do it in 2020, but he just did it the other day. He's in it for a second term, like the prophet said. So I want to show you this too.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because they laughed at the idea of Donald Trump becoming the next president. And this was in 2015, 2016. The prophet already said it. All the Christians was going forth saying, no, Donald Trump is going to be president. The prophet said it. Everybody was Hollywood laughed at all these Hollywood actors. This man right here, I think his name is George Clooney. I'm not sure. But he said it. Just imagine, he's a Hollywood icon. Just imagine all the people that follows him, that loves him, that listen to every word that comes out of his mouth. They are saying, George Clooney said he'll never be president, and these people are wrong. You can't follow Hollywood. Hollywood ain't no God. You can't follow Hollywood. They're not supposed to be the Christians' view. We're not supposed to be looking upon them to tell us what's going to happen in the future or who's best for this country. You can't look at Hollywood. You can't look at people from CNN. You can't look at ungodly people. You can't. And this is an example. When God spoke to the prophet, and the prophet prophesied in 2007 that Trump would be president and he would serve 2 terms, he is now going for his first term. And whenever God says something, it always look crazy. It always look like that's impossible. That cannot happen. That would never happen. It always looked like that. And that's why God said. And that's why you got to trust God. You got to trust God, man. And look at all these people. I'm showing you this video because I want you to see. Look at all these people that said back in 2016, Donald Trump is running for the first time. This is making history. This is something that's causing everybody to laugh at, because Donald Trump, everybody know him to be a billionaire. Everybody know him to be a reality show host. He's been on Saturday Night Live. He's doing all these things. He's never been in the military. He's never served in the military. He's never been a politician. So people is looking at, he don't know nothing about this, but he does. He does. A very smart man. This man he didn't become a billionaire because he won a lottery. He became a billionaire because he's a great businessman. He know what he's doing. That's why he became a businessman. I think a person who became a billionaire and has multiple business all over the world obviously know how to run business, how to deal with money. I would rather him in the office than a politician that don't know nothing. Because we see that these people keep getting us in debt. They don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I want to show you how when God says something, how everybody makes a mockery of it, makes fun of it, and it causes us Christians to look like we don't know what we're talking about. But in the end,
that's not going to happen.
Donald Trump will not become president.
People, the crowd, believe in Bernie Sanders.
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank. Okay. I guarantee it. All right.
If he becomes the president, he'll make it great, because the states is already good.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
On that note.
Let's see. They're asking Hollywood actors who don't have a relationship with God, who does not in tune with the Spirit of God or the things of God. They're asking him for wisdom. That's why the Bible said the wisdom of this world is foolishness to God. This man asked him, what do he think? Who cares what he think? Ask him what he think about Donald Trump being president. And look at his response. Look what he said. He said that would happen when dinosaurs and all this stuff would come about. This is what he said. And these are the type of people that on the day of the election when Donald Trump won in 2016, their mouth was like this. because they couldn't see it happen. They're not in tune with the things of God. Don't rely on Hollywood to tell you the future.
Hey, Tom.
Take it from me. How about that?
And then, of course, there's Donald Trump.
Look at this.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Look at Donald Trump. He's in the crowd. Look at him right there. You got people around him laughing at the idea. This was in 2016. This is the humiliation that you have to go through to be able to reach the goal that God has for you. Jesus Christ. You think it was easy for him, Jesus Christ? You think it was easy for him to come step on the scene and say, I'm the Son of God, and everybody go, yeah, yeah, and the whole world's going to be in agreement with him and all? No. Majority of the people was against him. Even his own kind, the Jews, they was against him. And what he was doing was of God. That's just the way it is. The disciples, when they went to preach the gospel after he died, and after he resurrected and sent it back to heaven, when he sent them forth to go preach the gospel, people was against them. They thought they was crazy. They said, you serving this man? He died on the cross. He dead and gone. You know, if God was with him, he wouldn't have died. But that was God's plan. That was God's plan. Look at this.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So when you stand and deliver that State of the Union address, in no part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit. I continue.
See, this is the president. This was at that time the president of the United States. Somebody that was like an icon to many Americans, that people looked up to, looked at his wisdom, that he know what he's talking about. He has a degree. He was a governor in Illinois. He's been in office for a long time. He's been to college. People was looking to him as to, if he says Donald Trump is not going to make it, Donald Trump is not going to make it. That's how people is looking at it. And that's why the Bible tells us, I think it's in either 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5, where it says that your wisdom, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men. God is instructing the believers. Your faith should not be in the wisdom like him, in the wisdom of men, but your faith should be in the power of God. God is able, when God speaks something, God is able to make it come to pass. Nobody can stop it. And God has shown in the earth, God has shown that the things that look impossible, if God said it will happen, it will happen. God is showing how powerful he is in the earth, that nobody, no political party, no government, no human being can stop what God is doing. Nobody. And God is showing that. Do Trump. When everybody think it's impossible, God is showing that, and God is trying to show us, don't listen to them. Don't listen to their wisdom. Don't listen to what they say. If God said first that God is going to do something, who cares what he say? Who cares what anybody else say?
Continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
He will never be president of the United States.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
See, all these people that's laughing, this was back in 2016. All these people that was laughing, these are the people that make those videos on TikTok and all these other videos, crying and sad and screaming and mad. They messed their whole day up because their hope was in their politicians, their governors, their senators, their presidents, their icons, their Hollywood people. Their hope was there, and when it didn't come their way, it crushed them. It crushed them. Laughing, mocking what God said in 2007.
Sorry, laugh.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones right now, Donald Trump.
This woman was smart, but she's on a show that she's actually going against the grain because everybody there is supporting Democrats. Everybody there was thinking that Hillary, because Hillary was very popular, and the world was looking. We just had, as they say, the first black president to ever be in the United States. So now if the world was looking at Hillary, that she's going to be the first woman to be president of the United States. They would say, oh, this is another great moment like it was when Obama. This is another history in the making. And then when Donald Trump was running, they said, he's not going to be, this is going to happen. You know, and this woman was smart because she can see. I don't know if she had faith in God. I don't know about her faith with the Lord. I don't know if she heard the prophet and she believed it's going to happen. Or she just looking at how everybody's saying this about Donald Trump, but it's a lot of people coming out and voting for him. She's just being realistic, you know. But even though she's being realistic, because these people don't want to deal with reality, they want to deal with false illusions, they started laughing at her when they said that. Look at this. Yeah, they're laughing at her.
And so, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy. All, let's say, cow poo-poo aside, there is zero chance we'll be seeing you being sworn in on the Capitol steps with your hand on a giant golden Bible.
You see that? This was in 2016, before he was elected. This is an icon for people. People look at this man's show. Thousands and thousands of people look at this man's show. And everybody look up to him and his wisdom. And here it is, he said in front of everybody, which later on he embarrassed himself, but he said, Donald Trump, you will never be president. You have zero chance. So the person that you said has zero chance in 2016 ended up being the president of the United States of America. Why? Because God said he was going to be in there.
I'll make a prediction, though, for you. I don't really get into predictions much, but this one I'll go way out on a limb. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States.
So many people, man, had really embarrassed themselves, stepping out on a limb and speaking against the things that God said will happen. You are making a prediction on national TV, on a mainstream news channel. You are telling everybody who is watching that channel that you are making a prediction that Donald Trump will never be president of the United States, and you was wrong, and your prediction failed. If you want to know what a false prophet is, booyah! That is a false prophet, because the thing that he said did not come to pass.
That Trump should not be in this race. He's an absurdity. He is a travesty.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Donald Trump is the here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Let's be clear. Donald Trump will lose the election.
I mean, he had a really good chance to be different and really have a chance to change things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
How in the world do you say oh my God. These people, man, I tell you the lies that they say on this man. How do you call this man lazy? He is a billionaire, not because he won the lottery. He is a billionaire because this man has been working day and night to run his business. He got Trump towers everywhere, casinos everywhere. He got stuff everywhere. How in the world is this man lazy? We watched this man run for campaign. This man did about 900 rallies, more than Joe Biden, more than Kamala Harris. How do you lie out your mouth? How do you fix your mouth to tell this lie that he is lazy? That is crazy. Brothers and sisters, that is a bold-faced lie. This man's calling this man lazy, and he's the hardest working man we know.
talk about him every day, and we continuously bashing him. He's not going to be the president. Don't worry about it. Exactly.
See, the View said he's not going to be president. Don't worry about it. And here's this Hollywood icon, this lesbian, telling the world we're supposed to look up to her and listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. That's crazy, man. I'm laughing now, and I'm laughing at these people, and I can do that because they wrong. She said he would never be president. Don't worry about it. And that's the lady. That's what's her name? I forgot her name. I don't watch The View like that, right? Because they're all negative. Everything they're for is against God. They're for abortion. They're for everything. They're for Joe Biden. They're for Kamala Harris and all their views and stuff like that. I don't even watch The Views. I know they're very negative. They're very hateful to Donald Trump or any Republican, anybody who stands for righteousness. They hate that. And here it is. God embarrassed all of them. All of them are embarrassed. All of these people had to, after the election, had to go run up under a rock and hide.
And we're coming to a point where if you're Hillary Clinton, you're honestly probably starting to think about not just whether you will win, but how big your win will be.
Now she's saying, I think her last name is Maddox. She's on MSNBC. That's why I be telling y'all, don't listen to MSNBC for your news. Don't listen to CNN for your news. Don't look at The View like they have The View, because they don't have The View. They have a bad view. Don't look at Hollywood as they know what's going on and what's right for the world, because they don't. And God is exposing Hollywood with all the child trafficking and the homosexuality and the rape and all that stuff with P. Diddy and all these people that have been going to his parties and stuff like that. God is exposing to the world. Do not look at them as stars. They are not the stars of the universe. This woman was saying, she was so confident that Hillary is going to win. She was saying things like, Hillary, it's not that you're worrying about that you're going to win. It's how big you're going to win. In other words, you're going to beat Donald Trump blindfolded. It's going to be a landslide. And that is a lie. That is what you call misinformation. And she's giving this information out on MSNBC.
And then you say that Donald Trump has the best day in the entire world, completely outperforms expectations, and he wins all of the toss-up states. He wins all 5 of those states, plus that electoral college vote in Maine that he's after. If he wins all of the toss-ups, which would be insane because nobody wins all of the toss-up states, even if Donald Trump did win all of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
This is crazy. Brothers and sisters, this is so crazy. This is why God said that your faith shall not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. These people think they got all the wisdom. They think they're so smart. They think they're so wise, but yet they are a bunch of dummies. Bunch of dummies. Saying that no matter what, she's saying that even if Donald Trump won the college votes, the electoral votes, if he won this, if he won that, if he won that, he still would lose. How could you make a statement like that? Crazy.
A wake-up call to the Republican Party. Despite Boris thinking that Donald Trump could win New York, the presidential race is over.
Could I just cut through? I have one thing to say, one thing only. And that is that this race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race.
This is what they're saying on this is why I be trying to tell y'all, man, don't watch CNN for your news. That's going to predict things that's going to happen in the future. They don't know what the world they're talking about. I just showed you MSNBC. Now I'm showing you CNN. A lot of times y'all heard me in the past say, man, don't listen to CNN or MSNBC or ABC, NBC, PBS, and I always saying all that mess because it's all mess. These people are telling the world that Donald Trump will not be president, that the Republicans are going to end up running and hiding under a rock tomorrow. This is in 2016. And all of these people are the one that had to go run and hide up on the rock because they was wrong. Their prediction was wrong. It was coming against the things that God is doing, but they don't understand that.
Everything I know about presidential politics, and I've been through 5 of them. I've never seen one like this. This race.
You see what he said? He said everything that I've been through, every stuff that I've been through, and I've been through 5 of them. See, he's boasting of the wisdom he has, of the experience he has, and people are looking at him going, "Oh, yeah, he said Donald Trump ain't gonna be president. Donald Trump ain't gonna be president. That man said he been doing it for 5 years. He know what he talking about. He's smart. He does. Man, people put their faith in people like that, and when you have people like Kim Clement that come across and tell you what God said, they're like, "Ah, man, you ain't nobody. You don't know politics. You don't have no college degree. You're just a man behind a piano talking about you know God and God told you this." They'll discredit the man of God, but the man that's not of God, they'll listen to him.
And I've been through 5 of them. I've never seen one like this. This race is over. You might as well accept it. And the question now is, how do you minimize damage?
So according to him, the race is over. This was in 2016. Hillary is going to win by a landslide. This race, according to him, according to his wisdom, this race is over. According to him, the Republicans are going to go in hiding. According to him, everything that he said on CNN, his prophecies, his predictions were false. Coming from CNN, everything that was said on MSNBC was false, because everything they said, it didn't happen.
The only way you can do that, it seems to me, is to try to grab hold of some old conservative value things and do what Mondale did in '84, which is try to save a few people down ballot. But as far as Donald Trump's concerned, it will never, ever, ever happen.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump. At least I will go down as a president.
And you hear the people clapping. He is reading a tweet that Donald Trump said on his Twitter, back when it was Twitter, before X. Donald Trump has said that President Obama will go down as the worst president in the United States history. His mockery was, well, at least I will go down as a president, meaning that you would never have that title as president. This is coming from Obama. You hear the crowd laugh, everybody clapping their hands and stuff, because they just feel like he know what he talking about. And he was put to shame on 2016 in November when the election came and his running partner, Hillary Clinton, who the world thought was going to be the first woman president, didn't become president. She lost, and she lost miserably. And this woman went into a frenzy when she lost. Even the Simpsons is smarter than a lot of these politicians and mainstream news media. The Simpsons, I think somebody, whoever writing this stuff, I think somebody's in tune with God. I think God is speaking. They predict a lot of things. They ain't psychics. I don't believe in that mess. Somebody that's writing for them is a Christian, has a relationship with God, and God is speaking to somebody to put these things in action, because these people are telling you things, events that's going to happen in the future, and they're smarter than these people in Hollywood. Look at that. Now, in 2000, they showed Donald Trump as president. In 2000, he became president in 2015, 2016. And in 2000, this was even before the Prophet Kim Clement. He said it in 2007. They said it in 2000 that Trump would become president. Look, it's identical. They even have the same blue suit that he has and the same red tie. That's crazy. They're more smarter. I would listen to these cartoon characters before I listen to these Hollywood characters. Look at that. They were showing them coming down the stairs. But in 2016, their false prediction was a lie, because Donald Trump became the president of the United States. Prophets before had dreamed that he was going to become the president. And prophets now are speaking that he's going to get a second term. Dana Coverstone, along with Kim Clemency and a whole lot of other prophets. But Dana Coverstone dreams has showed that the finger of God is going to be in this election.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. I wanted to, because I want to drag you out with the video. We never got a chance to show the video, the clips of Kim Clement, of the prophecy that he made in 2007. I showed you how, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to show you the difference between false prophets with false predictions compared to a person with a real prophecy from a true prophet. So I just showed you all the false prophets on CNN, MSNBC, and all these other wise men that has these worldly wisdom and worldly experience. I showed you all that. On the next video, I'm going to show you the real prophet, what he said in 2007 and how we can see that thing happening in 2016 and in 2024, because he prophesied that Donald Trump would be president. He would serve presidency for 2 terms. We saw the first one in 2016 and we saw the other one in 2024. We're going to get into details about that, and we're going to find out why God put him in office and what is it that he's supposed to do, because he's already doing what God wants him to do, and that's carry out judgment. So anyway, so we saw all of that, and right now we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you and remind you of, we saw everything, how they said Donald Trump would never be president. He would never get sworn in. He would never, ever be president and all that. We showed you that. And now I'm going to end with this. You're going to see how they felt and how they was in awe when he actually became president of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, if God said it, there's not a human being on the face of this earth can stop it. I'm going to leave you with that. I'll see you on the next upload. Please hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. If you made it this far in the video, hit the like, because I'm trying to push this video out in the algorithm so that more people can see it. So hit the like. On all the videos I post, please hit the like for me. All right. God bless you guys. I'll see you on the next upload. Watch this. Watch this video.
First and foremost, it's finally here.
Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night, 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida has been going back and forth. Just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead just now. It changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally of the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it. Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
the Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Yeah.
I gotta turn the place up. Gotta show them that we on every time that I wake up. Yeah, I remember that I'm chose. Praise God. It's a lot I need to make up. Yeah, gotta get back in the zone. It's crunch time. Ask God, turn the grace up. Yeah, and then everything gone. I'm seeing the signs again. I'm seeing the signs. Everything perfect timing. Look at the time we in. Just look at the time. Time to get back in alignment. I got my sight again. I got my sight. And don't even know how I found it. Feeling revived again. I'm feeling revived. God understood the assignment. I had a battle with the devil, but I'm finally out of that fight. Now I'm in the groove. I ain't slowing down until God tell me stop. Red light. I ain't finna move. It's God or the devil anytime I get caught up in the headlights. Who you think I'm finna choose? If I wanna win, it depends if I ever get my head right. And I ain't finna lose. I ain't finna snooze on the purpose that was set for me. He set me free. I feel like I'm the next to be on top ever since I got the recipe. He tested me. I had to give him less of me. Selfless ever since he selected me. Left sin ever since he perfected me. Man, I couldn't even tell you where rejection be. I kept knocking on the door until he left the key. I gotta turn the place up. Gotta show him that we on every time that I wake up. Yeah, I remember that I'm chose. Praise God. It's a lot I need to make up. Yeah, gotta get back in the zone. It's crunch time. Ask God, turn the grace up. Yeah, and then everything gone. I'm seeing the signs again. I'm seeing the signs. Everything perfect timing. Look at the time we in. Just look at the time. Time to get back in alignment. I got my sight again. I got my sight. And don't even know how I found it. Feeling revived again. I'm feeling revived. God understood the assignment. God understood the assignment when choosing the timing. That's why he the pilot. It's too many wolves in sheep disguises trying to hide it. It's too many people that seeing the signs and living in silence, pretending they blinded, pretending they don't see the violence and all of the envy, all of the lies that be looking so tempting, following anything that leave us empty, following anything that become trendy, following anything that look convincing, follow what leave us defenseless, everything that leave us senseless, everything but our senses. Look what we feed in the youth. Show them the way of destruction and they be repeating it too. So if anything, I go beyond to make sure that they seeing the truth. I just believe when planting them seeds, that's why I've been seeing the fruit. That's what obedience do. I'm seeing the signs again. Everything perfect time. Look at the time again. Time to get back in the line. I got my side again. Don't even know how I found it. I feel revived again. God understood the assignment. I feel revived again. I got my side again. Look at the time we in. I see the signs again. Yeah, gotta turn the place up. Gotta show them that we on. Every time that I wake up, I remember that I'm chose. It's a lot I need to make up. Gotta get back in the zone. Ask God, turn the grace up. And then everything gone.